Well, you have witnessed our fashion show from the turn of the century through 1980, but before we say goodbye, we have a little finale for you. What we're going to do is present party dresses, starting with 1980 and working our way backwards to around 1915. And leading off our bevy of beauties is Ellen with a dress from 1985. All heads turned when the woman wearing this jacket entered the room. It dazzles the eye with sequins and harmonizing colors of fuchsia, aqua, gold, and black. She's also wearing matching earrings. And in the 80s, we couldn't get our earrings big enough or heavy enough. Some of us have earlobes that dangle on our shoulders from wearing those great big earrings. Her dress is a very simple, lovely black velvet, and that's all that's necessary to complement this absolutely dazzling coat. 1970s is worn by Mary. In the 70s, a very feminine look was achieved, and this garment certainly does that. It is a beautiful, lovely lavender flowing chiffon. It is gathered under the bust line with cabbage roses. The cape-style bodice forms the flowing sleeve. It would have been perfect for the mother of the bride or groom and would be absolutely divinely elegant and slimming in this enchanting garment. In the 70s, we also discovered metallic shoes. Instead of the dye to match, we were wearing silver and gold shoes. And Sarah is our calendar girl from the 60s. Sarah's gown reflects the refined elegance of highly tailored garments of the 60s. It is a brilliant Kelly green shantung sleeveless gown. It has an interesting neckline emphasized with a beautiful brooch of emeralds and diamonds. The A-line princess cut, again, is very figure flattering. The long white gloves sets a look of royalty. Again, I believe this is a look that would have been worn by Jacqueline Kennedy in those White House years. Can't you just see her greeting dignitaries in the foyer of the White House in something so elegant? And our calendar girl from the 50s is Pam. The 50s brought in the strapless gown, and here we see a gown that has layers and layers of netting in beautiful rose red. The bodice is also trimmed with velvet, and she has selected her rhinestone jewelry to accessorize. And what is she wearing in her lovely little poodle cut hairstyle? But a tiara. Tiaras were worn by young ladies going off to proms and formal dances, and it didn't matter if you were on the court or not, you were a princess for a day. And her dress is worn over a hoop, which had a resurgence back in the 50s. My dress is from the 30s, and this we know because of the way it is designed. It has a side placket and a metal zipper. And that's really how we're able to determine most of the eras of our garments. It's really on the closures. From the early turn of the century, we see hook and eye. And women absolutely had to have had dressers back then because we cannot get ourselves dressed in these. It sometimes takes two people in order to get us into our ensemble. And Joan is going to show you what women wore going to parties in the 40s. This ensemble would have been perfect for Oscar night in Hollywood. The lustrous mink cape is worn over a gold lace dress having a rich brown underlining. The form-fitting dress flares in the back, forming a modified train. And what do we see under her mink cape? Mink shoulder straps. How glamorous is that? And her beautiful jewelry complements the outfit. We see 2 strands of pearls with a center brooch of Aurora Borealis and mother of pearl. And now is Margie with a look from the 30s. In the 30s, designers found that they could create marvelous form-fitting dresses such as this one by cutting the fabric on the bias. As you can see, this dress clings to the curve of the body and flares at the ankle. The collar has a cape effect and gracefully drapes around the shoulder and is edged in a soft, feminine ruffle. And Treba is here to show you what our calendar girls looked like in the 20s. An Italian-inspired design of satin and lace combined to give our flapper a fabulous look. She is wearing her long strands of pearls and a beautiful gold sequined cloche hat. Also her satin shoes, perfect for dancing the Charleston in some speakeasy. And last but not least is Sunny with her gown from 1917. The material is silk crepe and is entirely embroidered in a lovely floral pattern with silk thread. It has an asymmetric line. Now you can see this dress has a high collar in the back and has a low neckline in front. This is because most dresses at that time were created with high collars all around. But since this is an evening dress, it retains the high collar only in the back. So if you thought perhaps she forgot to stick in her facings, this was the trend at the time. Her hat completes her ensemble. It's also silk and has been embellished with lovely silver grapes. There you have it. Aren't they absolutely lovely? Before we say goodbye, please help me thank the ladies who really make our shows possible. Our well-dressed dressers. We knew there would be quite a few red hatters in the audience today, and to honor you, we have our two dressers who are dressed appropriately in their red and purple ensembles. We have had a wonderful time. You have truly been a gracious and encouraging audience. We are very grateful to you for having us here today. Once again, congratulations. And on behalf of Goodwill Industries and the people we serve, thank you and God bless you. Good afternoon.